Hello! The LIT project that we're doing is based on My Misadventures in the Standardized Testing Industry by Todd Farley. He argues that the standardized testing industry so far is based on scientific research and on the No Child Left Behind program, but Making the Grades, which is another program, shows serious problems in children about retaining memory and the stress and the unnecessary everything due to standardized testing. And our argument that we're making is that standardized testing does cause unnecessary stress, and although it may be helpful to colleges because, you know, everything is the same, it does not help children in their adult life. So what it does is provide an easy way out for colleges, and it doesn't test a student's true capability, and it puts so much stress on a single test that determines a child's future in life, and we're arguing that that's pretty, you know, dull. And we're going to follow some students, and we're going to interview other people based on their experiences in the standardized testing industry. Hope you enjoy. First, let's interview Mrs. Chaland, who is the teacher who prepares students for life by teaching them so that they understand material and think for themselves and connect to the deeper meaning of books, rather than teaching solely to the test and answering only questions that pertain to the test.
So, Mr. Chaland, what do you teach in this school?
AP, English Language and Composition, 11th grade.
And how do you teach?
Well, I teach in a way that I think that is going to prepare students for what they're going to come across in life, what they're going to come across in college, but also, you know, what they're going to be prepared for outside of academia. I try to make them good critical thinkers so that they look at the world, question the world, and make their own place in the world.
Do you answer all students' questions?
Absolutely. Perhaps not as timely as some would like, but I try to answer every single question, regardless of whether or not it has anything to do with the actual exam that they take in May. I try to answer every question to help every student as an individual.
And do all your kids get 5s on the test?
You know, I'd like to say that all of the students do get 5s, and certainly that is a goal of mine, but it's not realistic, nor is it really all that relevant. What's much more important is that they walk out of this classroom in June actually learning something about themselves, and maybe taking something away from what they read and what we do in class.
Okay, thank you.
Now we have the teacher that College Board and schools in general seek because of his very strict style, and also because he follows the rules of College Board exactly, and he doesn't prepare them for the future. He doesn't prepare them for like what they're going to need to know when they grow up, when they're in the real world.
Jennings, what do you teach?
AP US History.
How do you teach?
Well, I don't want to, but the College Board requires for me to teach to the test. I make the kids read the textbook and take tests every week.
Do you answer all students' questions?
If it's on the test, I will. If the answer's not going to be on the test, then it's not necessary to answer. Kids are on a need-to-know basis.
Do all your kids get 5s on the test?
Hell yes.
Thank you.
The opt-out parents say the stakes of passing the test are too high for schools, forcing teachers to spend way too much time teaching to the test.
And we've turned children into data points as opposed to learners.
In Pennsylvania, students must take it every year, grades 3 through 8.
That's just insane. That's cruel.
In 2014, if 100% of students don't pass, a school's funding could be slashed.
These are the students in their natural habitats. Shh, let's be quiet. As we approach them further. Now this is Kate Smith. She's a very studious student. You'll see that she has been
studying for a future she believes is imperative, as if the test will determine her success in life.
Now this is Helen. Ooh! She is not studying for a test that will determine the rest of her life. She's putting on makeup and playing games.
So Helen, how long have you been studying for the SATs?
10, maybe 11.
Okay. What have you done to study?
I opened a book once And my friend has this like word calendar that, such a nerd. But sometimes I see it and that kind of crawls into your mind.
What would you do if you don't get a 2400?
I mean, my Harvard and Princeton dreams are over, but I can settle for Yale.
So Kate, how long have you been studying for the SATs?
I've been studying 3 hours a day since the 6th grade, which is 5 years.
What have you done to study?
I took the Princeton Review over the summer, which was $2,200. I take 4 practice tests a week. I mean, they're starting to repeat by now, but it's good practice. And I've been studying the SAT vocab word of the day for 5 years. That adds up to approximately 1,724 words.
What would you do if you don't get a 2400?
Well, I might as well just pack my bags and live on the street.
Proctors affect the students' scores because the habitat in which they take the test affects how well they do on it. Very lenient proctors are good for students' scores because they are under less stress, and it's also easier for them to cheat. So with lenient proctors, it's easier for students to take answers from the person sitting next to them, or even talk to the student next to them, or take out their cell phones.
All right, good morning. Just give me a minute. I got to read some of this nonsense they put on these papers here. Today you're obviously taking the SAT. It's not the ACT. It says place your admission ticket on your desk. Whatever. Make sure you're using a number 2 pencil. Those ones that you can push, that'll be fine. Don't have your cell phone. Well, maybe if you finish early, you can use your phone to check your Facebook. Oh, who cares? No one's gonna come in here. If you're using your cell phone, observed using your cell phone, whatever. Turn off pagers. Who uses pagers anymore? Drug dealers? If you're taking the SAT, I don't think that's you. Speaking of cell phones, hold on 1 minute. I'm going kayaking on Sunday. Awesome. All right, make sure you close all your bags and backpacks. Whatever. We can ignore the rest of the rules. All right, you know what you're doing. We're going to start now at 7:43, and you have 30 minutes. 7:43, 30 minutes, 8, ow, 7:73, well, whatever, that'll give you enough time. All right, begin.
Wait, did you just leave the room?
Yeah. Bye.
Do you have the answer to number 24?
I did chapstick aside.
How would that even work? Who told you about that?
Grapevine.
I think we went 10 minutes over. I guess stop, put your pencils down. Just don't tell anybody, I don't care. No worries. Alright, let's move on to the next section. 30 more minutes. How was that extra 10 minutes? Did that make a difference for you? You think it'll improve your score? We can go another 10 minutes. Just don't tell anybody. Hopefully you get into the college that you want to get into. All right, we're going to start now at 8:33. And we will go to 9:13. All right, start. SAT. Hopefully your scores are good. I'm going to collect. Actually, just get out of here. You stayed extra already anyway. Whatever. It was nice to know you. If you want to leave a tip on the jar on your way out, feel free to do that. You know, we don't make too much money as proctors. But have a great one. Good luck with your college and take care.
The pressure brought on by those three little letters, SAT. Pressure that just last year led some high schoolers to extreme measures.
6 students accused of cheating on the SAT and paying someone thousands of dollars to take their test.
So we wondered, what would you do if you overheard this from the table next to you?
I just need you to take the SATs for me.
$1,500 now, and then 4 years of the school you want.
You have to break a 2,000. I need to get into good school.
Meanwhile, we have the strict proctor who induces a lot of stress in the students by following the book to the T and being very cruel to the students.
Quiet! Good morning. Today you are going to take the SAT. I know that you may have some questions about some of the instructions that I will read, so please do not ask. Now, we're going to prepare to take the test. Make sure you are using a number 2 pencil for everything written on the answer sheet, including the essay. That's a mechanical pencil. Your test is void.
No!
You should not have a cell phone in the testing room. But if you brought it, you must turn off the power now and keep it out of sight until you leave the room after testing is done. If you are observed using a cell phone, pager, PDA, gramophone, telegraph, in any manner or at any time before testing ends, including during breaks, you will be dismissed from testing and the device may be confiscated. Remove everything from your desk, except your admission ticket, pencils, eraser, calculator, test packet, Scantron sheet. No highlighters, rulers, dictionaries, or other books, pens or colored pencils, pamphlets, or papers of any kind are allowed. You may begin.
Is that a pencil case? Was this on the list of items I read that were allowed to be on your desk?
You said we could have pencils.
Not a pencil case.
I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. Please don't, please.
Are you using your left hand to fill in those bubbles?
Yes, sir.
This is the devil's work! No! Be gone! Void! Test void!
At this point, you may now take a break, use the restroom, get a drink of water, but be back promptly. Your break is 15 seconds.
And time's up! You were still writing 1 second after I said time was up.
I was finishing the last one.
This concludes the SATs. Congratulations! You've all proven your worthiness to serve hamburgers at fast food restaurants.
So what do you think about the proctors?
I mean, he was chill.
Yeah.
He like left the room like halfway through, and I could like chapstick up the side. That's not a euphemism.
Yeah, but like he was so awesome. Like he was talking on his cell phone, and he said he was going kayaking on Sunday.
I know, I love kayaking.
Yeah.
Oh God, imagine if we got a strict proctor. My friend Kate got a strict proctor, and he like threw pencils on the ground, and he was like so strict that everything counted as cheating.
That's horrible.
I know.
I remember last year when I took the SATs, I got one of the strict proctors, and she made me use like only the yellow pencils, and I had brought one of the push pencils, and I was really disappointed because I was so excited.
I hate using the yellow pencils.
That test I got a really bad score on. I mean, I was under so much stress. I hate it.
I get you. I get you. After Kate Smith received her score, she suffered from a nervous breakdown, was institutionalized, and never conquered her goal of getting into college, which she spent all her life preparing for. She now spends her time playing bingo with the elderly and typing the words, "All work and no play make Jack a dull boy." 2400, yeah!
Why did you get a 2400?
Because I studied closely.
So, what do you do with your time now?
Well, I do everything I couldn't do when I was studying, which is everything I did while I should have been studying. Going to the movies, shopping, texting. Oh, yeah, and sometimes I visit Kate in her asylum. It's cool. It's like white walls and everything. It's like one of those movies, like The Matrix or something. I never saw The Matrix, but it's like The Matrix.
What college did you get into?
Harvard!
So your dreams weren't down the toilet?
Well, yeah, it never would have been.
What do you do with your time now at Harvard?
Well, there's some really great Greek societies here, like I'm in a sorority, and also I party, like a lot. Like there's a lot of alcohol here. I don't know how they get it here, but they have a lot of alcohol. Yeah.
What do you major in now?
Underwater basket weaving. I am like super good at it.
Standardized test my ass. The new standards on the test included things like placing a heavier emphasis on things like grammar and punctuation. Wait, what?
So what?
That's so silly.
What, a writing test that vigorously tests your writing? That's ridiculous.
Tell me it's so absurd. In the age of emoticons and internet acronyms, a test that hopes to make sure students understand the difference between then, it's, and the differences in all the different theirs is a good thing. But another concern is that these results aren't a reflection of actual intelligence, but are instead the result of education officials being hell-bent on getting better scores for their tests.
If you need a 3, if you have a 3 and we need a 1, you make it a 1.
Why would you need a 1?
To make the graph of all the grades go in a curve. I don't know. Mathematicians do this crap. All we need to do is follow their orders in the rubric. Oh yeah, by the way, grade to the rubric. I don't care if this kid's Shakespeare. Alright, grade to the rubric. This is a bit of a favor between you and me, guys. I will treat you to like Starbucks coffee, none of this nasty crap. Starbucks coffee, okay? I got a friend in Montgomery, a good teacher friend. He's nice, you know. But see, like, I don't know how well his kids are doing. He told me he's like, he doesn't, not very good with tests his kids are. But see, he's like, he's saving up for his like mother's surgery. So in order to get paid more, we may have to like fudge some of his like kids' scores to be a little bit higher. He gets paid more that way. Okay? Between you and me, got that? Understood?
Okay. I think I'm gonna give this essay a 1.
You've been given a lot of 1s. People don't like that. The people up top, that is, they think you're being lazy.
So should I give it a 4?
You're learning, Newbie, you're learning. I gave that one a 6.
But I gave it a 2.
You sassed me?
No.
Agree with me. Agree.
Ma'am, I think this one has blood on it.
Is it number 2 pencil?
No, but I think this
Is it number 2 pencil?
No. I guess it's a 0 then?
Yes.
Ma'am, we only have half an hour left in the grading session.
I see. Now let me teach you the other way of grading. Here. Now look at these words. Beautiful curves, characters, all twisting around. That, my friends, is good penmanship. And you know what we do with good penmanship?
Give him a 6?
Yes.
So we're basing this off of first impressions?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Understood. This one seems pretty long. I think it has enough words.
Exactly.
So, do we give it a 5?
6. People who write long words usually think a lot.
Okay. Ma'am, what am I supposed to do for this?
Skim the paper.
Okay. I see the word God.
Good. Biblical allusion. Logos. Pathos. Ethos. Zeugma. Anaphora. Signatin.
Do you know what those words mean?
Don't you sass me.
Okay. I gave it a 6.
How did you start grading?
I graduated high school, and then before that, I got like 1,200 on my SATs, which is, I think, like better than the other proctors. And then my house got hit by a tsunami, and then my mom was like, you need a job so we can like build a house. And then I decided to grade because, you know, I got a 1,200 on my SATs. And then I passed the qualification exam, and I came here, which is why, like, I am gaining the opportunity to work with that amazing, beautiful woman.
What do you think about the essay?
It's my first year, so I don't really, like, know anything, but she told me to, you know, skim them because I only have 1 minute with each of them, so I think, you know, they have words.
What do you think about grading in general?
It's so fun. Like, I get to give like 1s to some people, and then I get to like give 6s to some people, and I feel like I have so much power. I determine their future, you know? How'd you start grading?
Well, see, my mom had this like farm back in Tennessee, and I didn't want to do no farm work. So I came here into like the city area, and you know, I got 700 on my SATs, but I took qualification test anyway. I didn't pass, but they let me in. Like, they were desperate for labor.
What do you think about the essays?
Like every year, really, which is to say I don't read them, so I don't know.
Awesome. What do you think about grading in general?
Pays the bills.
Okay, thank you. Well, that was our project. I hope it was acceptable. And once again, our argument was that standardized testing and College Board in general is created to measure students' capability of working under pressure and their skills in rote memorization instead of their abilities to survive in the real world, in the business world, and their creativity and their ability to work, retain information and their memory, and their ability to interact with their surroundings. So We followed Helen, who was a student who was not very inspired to work hard for the SATs, and we also followed Kate, who was very hardworking and tried her best to score a perfect score on the SATs. And it turned out very differently for the both of them, and it was by two drastically different means. Obviously, Helen is less qualified to be in management positions and such, whereas Kate was very smart and would be able to work with people of her own intellectual status. But because of stress and standardized testing conditions and unnecessary extras, their lives went totally different ways, and that just shows that standardized testing is not an actual gauge for students' true potentials. Thank you! We're doing this shit.
It's recording.
Meanwhile,
Seductive. Why are you going seductive on us?
standardized testing, dead dogs. Dead dogs. No. Also, it is very expensive to take the test, especially for, you know, the people who actually take the test seriously, like the Asians and such. Actually, no, that's offensive. Okay, cut that.
Excuse me. Is that a non-one of these three things item? On your desk? Time's up! You were still writing 1 second after I said time was up.
No! I need that to pass!
Distracting movements? You're cheating! A likely story. You probably have the answers written inside your hair follicles.
Going.
This concludes the standardized test, which is the SAT. Sorry, I forgot.
Is he gonna come back? What did you do to prepare for the SATs?
Well, you know, I didn't really know what SATs was. I thought it was stats. So I literally just sat around at my house. And also, I'm not Asian. I just got like plastic surgery and I dyed my hair black. Because like the thing is that Asians are in and blondes are out.
What score did you get or want to get?
Well, I got 100%, so 100, right?
What school do you want to go to?
I'm already going to a school. I'm going to Bridgewater Virgin High School. What kind of question is that?
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Me, I want to be a nerd so I can get the biddies while making tons of money. Cash money, Jesus, YOLO.
Excuse me, can we please have an interview about...
No, I need to study for SATs. No.
We'd like to have an interview.
No.